The following podcast by Fusion Family Wealth, LLC, Fusion, is intended for general information purposes only. No portion of the podcast serves as the receipt of or as a substitute for personalized investment advice from Fusion or any other investment professional of your choosing. Please see additional important disclosure at the end of this podcast. A copy of Fusion's current written disclosure brochure discussing our advisory services and fees is available upon request or at www.fusionfamilywealth.com.
Welcome to the Crazy Wealthy Podcast with your host, Jonathan Blau. Whether you're just starting out or are an experienced investor, join Jonathan as he seeks to illuminate and demystify the complexities of making consistently rational financial decisions under conditions of uncertainty. He'll chat with professionals from the advice world, entrepreneurs, executives, and more to share fresh perspectives on making sound decisions that maximize your wealth. And now, here's your host.
Having been on both sides of the wealth spectrum growing up, where I didn't have the freedoms to pursue things because of the inability to access money as a tool, and now having been on the other side where I'm able to give my family and help my clients make sure that they can access that tool successfully and consistently, that'll help me to come to you from both perspectives with a podcast. And so that's what this podcast will attempt to do by identifying them, not just via my podcast and my explanations, but actually inviting guests from both the financial industry, the advice industry, accountants, attorneys who advise wealthy families, and hear their stories, their money stories.
The key is forget the noise. Turn off the noise, the financial press, CNBC, et cetera. Your plan is your benchmark. And that's really what we talk to the clients about.
Boiler room really refers to the old days when people were in a dark space and presenting or pitching stocks to clients in order to make a commission.
When I started in 1974 and converted my book of business, a brokerage business, to a fee-based product, so to speak, I sat on the same side of the table as the clients, and that has stood us in very good stead over all these years.
When we're successful, we tend to get overconfident in our abilities. And so that overconfidence bias acts like a magnifying glass, meaning that human nature and the mistakes we make about decisions and money are pre-programmed into all of us. And human nature is immutable, doesn't change. We all react to fear, greed, envy the same way. So when it comes to investing, all you successful entrepreneurs and executives out there, don't discount the benefits that you might get from listening to our podcast and learning some of these biases. So hopefully you enjoyed the first episode of Fusion Fix It Friday, and if you want to access the episode, you could go to fusionfamilywealth.com, our podcast section, and also the episode will be available on all the major podcast channels. We welcome you to like and share our podcast. You'll be able to find it on our website, which is fusionfamilywealth.com under the podcast section, and you'll also be able to find it on all the major outlets where podcasts are available. From Spotify to Apple, etc. So you can also find us at crazywealthypodcast.com. So thanks for listening. We really look forward to engaging with you on a monthly basis and hearing the feedback.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Crazy Wealthy Podcast. For more insights, resources, and to sign up for our newsletter, visit crazywealthypodcast.com. Until then, stay crazy wealthy.
The previous podcast by Fusion Family Wealth, LLC, Fusion, was intended for general information purposes only. No portion of the podcast serves as the receipt of or as a substitute for personalized investment advice from Fusion or any other investment professional of your choosing. Different types of investments involve varying degrees of risk, and it should not be assumed that future performance of any specific investment or investment strategy, or any non-investment related or planning services, discussion, or content will be profitable, be suitable for your portfolio or individual situation. Neither Fusion's investment advisor registration status, nor any amount of prior experience or success should be construed that a certain level of results or satisfaction will be achieved if Fusion is engaged or continues to be engaged to provide investment advisory services. Fusion is neither a law firm nor accounting firm, and no portion of its services should be construed as legal or accounting advice. No portion of the video content should be construed by a client or prospective client as a guarantee that he or she will experience a certain level of results if Fusion is engaged or continues to be engaged to provide investment advisory services. A copy of Fusion's current written disclosure brochure discussing our advisory services and fees is available upon request or at www.fusionfamilywealth.com.